Welcome back, everyone. I'm Karen Brook. Welcome back for day 3 of the Mind and the Money Masterclass. I'm so grateful that you are here with us and that you've been persistent making your way through to day 3, especially those that are live on the call with us. A huge hello and welcome back. Thank you for being here live. And if you've been on the recording every day, well done to really get to day 3. You know, Bob Proctor always used to say that this is not for lightweights. This is not babysitting for adults. This is deep, profound transformation when you get into this. So I really want to acknowledge you for that, your persistence and your decision making every day to continue to show up, and your decision to let me guide you and let me help you through this process. We have a lot to get through on day 3 today. We're by no means slowing down. I said the whole way through that this was like a 3-day warm-up to get you really comfortable with your decision to move forward into thinking into results and spend the next 6 months together, and that the momentum that we've created here, we're just going to carry that forward. So there is still a lot to do on day 3. You have already received overnight or this morning an email from me around the options to move forward with me. So we won't go into too much detail around that on today's call. I will talk about it throughout the call, but you have it there. And you know that you've been attracted here for a reason, and that you know that this material is resonating with the essence of who you are. We just feel that, we know that. And so you've got the link there. You can make a decision, go into thinking into results, click that link and enroll yourself today. But there's other options as well. There's the 28-day Wealthy You program. Some of you are already doing that. There's also my inner circle of excellence. So look, you need to trust yourself on that, but make sure you make a decision and move forward today. Don't let this become shelf help, and don't let the paradigm talk you out of making the next decision that's going to transform the rest of your life. So let's have a look at page 2. How do you want to live? And I really want you to become a conscious and deliberate creator, really living how you want to live and getting honest with yourself. So how do you really want to live? Is it just as a good person? Is that the most that you want for your life? Of course it's not. You want to be at the top of your game, to live better than you've ever imagined. And I couldn't agree more, but how do you accomplish that? How do you increase your productivity and minimize the unimportant things that are currently taking up so much of your time? You create a new routine to replace the old one. You essentially walk away, not from the things that need to get done, but from the things and the habits that need to die. We've got to let go, and you've got to let me help you and guide you as to how to do that. I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'm going to help you take the guesswork out of success so that you not only can accomplish and live how you really want to live, but truly enjoy your life in all dimensions, spiritually, intellectually, emotionally, physically, at work, at home, in all dimensions. And it doesn't matter how good it already is, it can get so much better. So what do you really want? Turn over the page, and we're going to take some time to journal here. What is it that you've decided to accomplish, create, or improve? Write it in the present tense below. So take out your pens, take out your workbooks, and in the present tense, I'm so happy and grateful. If I'm sitting here today saying that in 6 months from now, you and I are going to be sitting down, having a cup of coffee, and you're going to be sharing with me, you know, the number one improvement that you've made that's made the time, the money, the energy, the investment all worthwhile. What is that thing that more than anything else, right? And I want you to get really honest with yourself, and I want you to let yourself get it. Let yourself achieve it. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to teach you and guide you through that paradigm shift. Because the only way to get what you really want is to grow in awareness and create the paradigm shift. Otherwise, you'd already have it, right? Your current results, you're in harmony with. So if we want new and better results, we've got to build new and better paradigms. And that's what I teach you how to do. So write it in the space provided now. What is it that you've decided to accomplish or create? All right, the next question. What's the alternative? If you don't go after this goal, how will you be settling for your present results? Now, something is always at stake. You know, people will say with a coaching program, it's going to cost me a little bit of time and a little bit of money. And whether they can afford it or not, the time or the money. And I'll say, what's it costing you to not? It's going to cost you more to not be there than it is to be there, because something is always at stake. So if you don't go after this goal, if you don't really get this and learn how to create this paradigm shift and bring every element into the right order, how will you be settling for your present results? Because something's always at stake. You know, Bob Proctor said to me, he said, is that really as good as you think you can do? And he said, if you accept the paradigm, if you permit the paradigm to condition you, to hold you back, to keep you from making the decisions and taking the action that you know is right for you, you are settling for present results. Your life today is as good as it's ever going to get. Now think about what's at stake. You just wrote out what you wanted. Do you really want that? Because if you don't make a committed decision to go after it and create that paradigm shift, you're settling for your present results. And I'm not saying your present results are bad. I'm just saying that there's no growth there. So you're going to enter disintegration. And very soon you will experience disintegration. And I'm not saying that to scare you or to make you make a decision out of fear. I'm just telling you the facts. That's the law of vibration. The law of vibration decrees that everything must grow. We're either in a constant state of growth or a state of disintegration. And that's going to be determined by the images and the ideas that we're working with. It's going to be determined by the goals that you set and the sort of levels of awareness that you're creating and the paradigm shifts that you're making. Life is for increase. You deserve to have the things that you really want. It's right for you. So never affirm, I can't afford this. That's like putting up a big stop sign to the good that's available to you. Don't ever say, I can't do this. Your subconscious mind is taking that as true. You've got to be on guard. You've got to really be on guard, because that's what the paradigm says. The paradigm says, I can't afford this. The paradigm says, I can't do this. And your subconscious mind will follow those orders and assure that you don't have enough money. Something will come up that needs your attention. Something will come up that needs you to spend the money on that. Money will unexpectedly leave you. And all of a sudden you don't have the time or the confidence to do it. That is the way the paradigm sabotages you. It's a self-limiting governor, but you can change it. Remember that everything exists to serve you, including money. It is right for you to have more. It is right for you to circulate money. It is right for you to do, be, have, and give the things that you truly desire. And remember, this is very important, that time is just an illusion. There is no such thing as a little or a lot. It's the productivity. It's where our mind is what our mind is giving attention to. Time is an illusion. We only have now, the present tense. And whatever we're giving our attention to, we're going to create more of. So if you give your attention to the thoughts and feelings of, I can't afford this, I can't do this, I don't have time, that's what you're going to create more of. Meanwhile, you've got a goal and a dream and this concept for yourself of a greater version of yourself, of prosperity, of having more time, of having more money. I mean, that's why we're here. That's my job, to show you how to change the time and money paradigm. If it wasn't, you wouldn't be on this class with me. So turn over the page now and have a look at the paradigm shift. The only way to get what you really want is to not stay where you are. You need to learn to close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. You have to make a paradigm shift. So let's refresh what a paradigm is. A paradigm is a mental program in your subconscious mind that has almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior, and almost all of your behavior is habitual, right? 96 to 98% of the way you operate is habitual. It comes from the subconscious mind. 2 to 4% you're actually in control of. You're actually creatively thinking with your reasoning faculty. Mental activity does not constitute thinking. You gather information in your conscious mind, but you execute and integrate that knowledge with your behavior through your subconscious mind. That's where we have to target. You know, when most people set out to achieve goals and to create change in their life, they focus on changing behavior. But behavior is a secondary cause of your results. The primary cause of your results is the paradigm. And that's what I'm here to show you how to change. So where are paradigms formed, you ask? Paradigms are a multitude of ideas, beliefs, and habits that are in your subconscious mind, and they directly influence the results you're able to create. Paradigms are programmed genetically and environmentally. It makes absolutely no difference what you know intellectually and consciously. It's what's going on subconsciously that produces your results. The great thing is you can change or improve your paradigm so that you produce the exact results that you want. You know, once upon a time when I started my business, I didn't have a paradigm or a money paradigm that said I could earn $100,000 in a week. In fact, I didn't even have a money paradigm that said I could earn $100,000 in a month. But I built that paradigm. I built that paradigm using thinking into results way back. That's nearly 10 years ago now. I have coached hundreds of people around the world to build similar paradigms for the time and money freedom that they really want too. Just because it's not a reality in your life right now, whatever the goal or dream is that you really want, it doesn't mean it can't become a reality once I show you how to do this too. So let's have a recap of the 7 major areas that paradigms control. Your ability to earn money is dictated by a paradigm. I had a paradigm that said maybe I earned $100,000 in a quarter or every 4 months, not in a month, and certainly not in a week. And then I've even had $100,000 days, right? Because I began to build the new mental programming for it. We can't experience anything more in our environment than we have inside of our subconscious mind. And you could dart your way around that mountain and look all over the internet for the answer, or you could make a decision today and come and work with me, and I'll give you the exact system and formula, the blueprint that'll lay it all out for you and show you exactly what to do to create the time and money paradigm that you want. Not the one that I want, not the one that my last client wanted or the next client wants, the paradigm that you want. I will show you exactly what you need to do step by step, take you by the hand, make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to let you know a little secret and show you exactly what to do. And within 30 days, you'll be absolutely amazed. You will astound yourself with what you gain, even just within the first 30 days of working with me. Your use of time is dictated by a paradigm. How you experience time, whether it takes a lot or a little to get things done, is all dictated by time. And again, time and money is very closely linked. If a person is used to earning $250,000 a year, that's where their paradigm is set. And maybe they've got to work 30 or 40 hours a week to do that. In some cases, 80 hours a week. I can show you how to build a new time and money paradigm where you might earn $250,000 a week working 2 days a week. I just said $250,000 a week because that's something that we're working on at the moment. So there you go. It's automatic in my subconscious mind. But that's what we can do. We can show you how to build the time and money paradigm that works for you. Your logic is dictated by a paradigm. Your productivity, your effectiveness, your relationships, and your creativity. Each one of these, as we begin to create transformation, we don't work on all of them at once. We choose 1 or 2 areas to work on, and everything in your life comes up onto a higher level. Now, remember, there's only 2 known ways to change a paradigm. One is an emotional impact. It's where something happens in your life that requires you to change instantly. It's usually not a positive experience, and we don't want to wait until we have an emotional impact to suddenly realize something's got to change. We want to be proactive. You want to be proactive around your life. And, you know, I work with people all around the world that are at the top of their game. And at the top of their game, and they want to do better. They want to improve. Don't wait until things are going badly or you are feeling lack to make a decision to do this. Certainly, if that is your situation right now, well, you should have been in this a month ago, 2 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. But maybe you didn't know about me back then, but you know about me now, and you know about this opportunity now. So no matter what your situation looks like right now, make sure you be proactive in making a decision to move forward with this. The constant spaced repetition of a new idea or concept is how we're going to get you changing the paradigm. This usually doesn't occur without the assistance of a coach or mentor because the paradigm is insidious. It will talk you out of the greatest success of your life if you let it. It is very tough to change without accountability, support, and guidance. There is no way I would have ever accomplished what I have over the last decade if it wasn't for my mentors, Bob Proctor, if it wasn't for the accountability and support of the community around me, right? And I was already very successful, but fortunately, I got my ego out of the room and I let Bob help me. Just the same way, I'm asking you to give yourself permission today to let me help you too. I will take you by the hand and show you exactly what to do, and you will astonish and astound yourself within 6 months what you can create here. Paradigms, the paradigm shift. Read this statement with me. Rather than permitting my paradigm to employ all of my spiritual power to hold me back or keep me where I am, I make this committed decision. Regardless of how difficult it may be for a period of time, my paradigm shift is constant and certain. Pretty easy thing to read, isn't it? And it's a powerful affirmation. Now I want you to write this out in the space provided. However, I want you to write it out with your opposite hand, your non-dominant hand. So if you usually write with your right hand, I want you to put the pen in your left hand, and I want you to write this out with your left hand. If you're usually left-handed, I want you to put the pen in the right hand, and I want you to write this out in the space provided with your non-dominant hand. I'm going to put some music on for you right now. I want everyone to complete this activity, and then we're going to come back and talk about why on the other side of this short 2-minute exercise. Type done in the chat when you're done. All right, wonderful. Is anyone brave enough to say they didn't do it? I think everyone has done it. Most people have commented in the chat. But it's an interesting activity, isn't it? That we're very used to writing with our dominant hand. And the second we go to put the pen in the other hand and write it out, it looks different to how we would usually write. It feels different to how we would usually write. Maybe it looks a little bit messy. Maybe the voice inside your head, did you know this? Where, oh, do I really have to do this? Oh, this is tricky. Did anyone notice their arm tense up at all? And what you're experiencing is what happens when you make a decision to act out, make a new move. Your mind and body goes through a psychological shift. There is a change in the central nervous system and the paradigm kicks in and it starts to talk to you. Why am I doing this? This seems like a silly activity. My writing's not very good. Oh, will I ever? Oh, I can't even read what I'm writing. Geez, do I really want to keep doing this? Oh, Lord, why am I doing? And we talk to ourselves. And it's a great example of a paradigm shift. When you are making a paradigm shift, you're going to have times when you don't want to do it, when it's messy, when it feels difficult, when your body starts to hurt, when you want to quit. And that's why you want me in your corner. You want me in your corner so that at those times you can reach out, or we will see you and say, hey, we've got you. You can do this. Master your mind in this moment and keep going. Because that's the sort of discipline and persistence that it's going to take to change the paradigm and get you on the level of your C-type goals. Now, what I want you to do is to turn over your sheet of paper and I want you to write it out again with your non-dominant hand again. Who's already thinking, oh God, do I have to? Right? It's easy to do it once, got to do it again. If I said write this out 10 times a day, I'm not asking you to write it out. You don't need to write it out 10 times a day, but I want you to write it out again and notice what happens the second time round. Type done in the chat once you're done again. Yes, with your non-dominant hand. Did anyone notice, did it feel harder this time? Did it feel easier? So Simone says, my hand is feeling like it's gone to the gym, right? There's a lot of energy that it takes to do something differently. We can hold on tightly. We've got to focus. So you think about the energy and the attention that we now know over the past 3 days, that in order to create new and better results, we've got to expand our level of awareness. We've got to get onto the level of the goal and the results that we want. And we've got to be willing to change the paradigm. And it's easy to do it on 1 day, 2 days, but consistently for long enough to change the physical manifestation. This is what it can feel like. Not can feel like, this is what it will feel like. And that's why you want to be in the coaching with me. I'm not ashamed to say that, because I know the support that we're going to give you and the resources and the tools to ensure that you can actually sustain that transformation and make it sustainable and enjoy the process. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are also doing this, who are also growing in new dimensions, who are learning how to do this. And what also happens is day by day, it will get easier and easier. It's a little bit like in the beginning when we do it the first time, it's getting the train out of the railway station, lots of attention, lots of energy to get going. But the longer we keep it going, which is why this is 3 days of momentum you've created. Don't stop now. Keep going. Get into the coaching. Make a decision and come and join me, because you've already created so much momentum here. If you stop, it's like stopping the big heavy train, and then we've got to get it going again. When you are writing with your non-dominant hand, it's a symbolic activity of the time and attention and the discipline it takes to create a paradigm shift. And I'm here to help you and guide you how to do that. I love that, Kelly. All right. We've also got there, it's easier this time. Did anyone notice a thought where you went, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it again. Yep. Again, that's the paradigm. That little voice, that little fleeting thought, I don't want to do it. Why should I do this? That is your paradigm speaking. And that's what happens when you go for your goals. That you will be required to think on a new level. I'm going to teach you how to think on a new level, how to get emotionally involved with your ideas, how to take new action. And you're not always going to want to do it. That little voice of your paradigm is going to say, I don't want to do it today. And you will let yourself off the hook. Maybe not the first day, maybe not the second day, maybe after a month, maybe after 6 weeks. But I'm not going to let you off the hook. You have my word. I've been doing this a very long time now. I absolutely know without a doubt how to get the best out of you. And that's what you deserve. You deserve to be getting the best out of you for yourself and for everyone that you come in contact with. That is the true increasing of life. It's not just increasing the amount of money in your bank account. It's not just having more free time. It is living an increased life in all dimensions, knowing that expressing the greater version of you is you living and enjoying the fullest and best life. It comes from a bigger place. We've got to understand that. All right, so let's have another look now. We looked at these questions yesterday. We're just going to go over them again today and recap them. What is holding you back? What's the little narrative or the story or the line that your subconscious mind, your paradigm keeps feeding you as to why you can't do this? Why it's the wrong time for you, why you can't afford, what is the challenge or the obstacle you appear to be facing? And there'll always be something, and trust me, I've heard them all. I could sit here and we could do an hour of objection handling if we wanted to, because I've been doing this just for so long now. But you know what? Those hundreds of clients that I've helped, if I had let them off the hook with those stories, they would never have accomplished the goals and dreams that they have. You know, I've got a client, I remember one particular client, she just used to do alterations and mending of clothes, and she is now a full fashion designer making couture for Flemington, for Brisbane, for people going to the races. Imagine if I'd let her off the hook Oh, I don't know whether I can afford it. I don't really know. Just who's going to want to buy my dresses? But I don't. I would be doing you a great disservice if I sat here over the last 3 days and then let you off the hook today. I've got another client, Shane, who came to me and was really in a spot of bother. He'd been recommended. He'd tried all other sorts of coaching programs. He was earning six figures. He was a real estate agent at the time, and he just couldn't get ahead. He was earning, he was winning, he was losing, but he had a young family. And he knew that he deserved better and he wanted a better life for him and his family. And he came to me and I said, well, look, you got to draw a line in the sand. It's not, I hope it works. Like, this is it. You're all in. And he was all in and he was open and he was coachable. And he said, I'm just going to do exactly what you do, not half, not three quarters. I'm all in. And within 18 months, so he left his job at the time, 6 months in. He then got into my inner circle program. And a year later, he had $1 million business. Imagine if I'd let him off the hook when he said, I don't think I can't afford it. I actually can't afford it, Karen. I'm going to have to borrow the money to do this. Imagine if I'd gone, oh, well, maybe you should wait. And let his paradigm sabotage the potential that I knew that he had within him. He's now got a multi-million-dollar business 3 years later. So I'm not prepared to sit here with you on the call today and let you off the hook. You know the stories that you've been telling yourself as to what's holding you back. Draw a line in the sand and say BS on yourself and move forward, right? You can do this. You can afford it. You do have the time and you deserve it. Time is the great equalizer. We're not getting any more of it. We only have now. And the decisions that we make today are influencing the future that you're going to experience. So make a decision today to honor what you really want with your life. Make a decision today actually to honor yourself. You're the greatest investment you'll ever make. Invest in you. Are you willing to shift? Are you willing to press forward in spite of those challenges and obstacles and overcome them? Right? Make that committed decision no matter how scared you are. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. And that's really true. I always say to clients, actually the breakthrough is making the decision and getting yourself into my coaching. That's actually the breakthrough, because everything that comes on the other side, you've accessed the new energy. You're in the new energy. You've said, I'm there, I'm going there, and you've made a decision to back that up. And now you're going to have the accountability and support and the formula and the tools that are going to show you how to close that gap. But really the breakthrough is making the decision and getting in. And being willing to do that says a lot to me about who you really are. That you're not willing to settle for current or past results, that you know you're capable of more, that you want to express the spiritual essence of who you are and live a grander and more noble version of your life, because that's actually what you were born to do, to express life. And that can only happen to and through you by you growing. And every lesson that we look at together really is you studying you. And I'm going to guide you through how to do that, how to study you in a way that allows you to draw out the new results that you really want in the physical side of life. Have you had enough? Right? When we work together, we are going to create magic. You are going to astound and astonish yourself what can happen in your life just in 6 months, let alone 12 months, let alone 2 years. Most of my clients never leave. And if they do, they leave maybe for 5 minutes and they come back, because it's a very, very special energy that we have here. It's a very, very special community of people from around the world, different walks of life. And no one is better than or less than everybody else. Everyone is working on closing the gap between where they are and where they really want to be, making paradigm shifts year in, year out. And you want to be there too. Make a decision. Now let's have a look at the problem, one of the problems that we are facing here. And this is also a problem that's holding you back from the success that you really want, whether you've ever really thought about it like this or not. And I'd be doing you a great disservice if we didn't discuss this and address this on the call today, so you have all the information that you need to make a decision. Follow that quiet voice within. Do once what other people say you cannot do, and you will never listen to their limitations again. This is the new paradigm of personal development. The new paradigm of personal development is just to shoot yourself up with micro content and YouTube videos. It's to bounce around the internet from one thing to another. And the thing is, it does make you feel good. I don't know if you've noticed, but social media these days is absolutely flooded with self-help, with personal development, with motivational videos. But the problem is you're not actually achieving the goals or the things that you want. Maybe you're making some progress, but not a quantum leap, not the results you really deserve. Nothing's changing. Now you just have a way to make yourself feel good. You get a dopamine hit. You feel good for a day or two, but the problems are still there. And the reality is the results just don't change permanently. Again, you may do 10, 20, 30% better, but it's not a quantum leap. It's not what you're truly capable of. Now you just feel better stuck. And I know that's a unpopular opinion, but it's the truth, right? Stuck is stuck, or plateauing is plateauing. And just doing a little bit better isn't what life had in store for you. It isn't what your God, your creator, your universe, your source wants for you. It is infinite, and right now you're expressing a very small amount of the perfection within you. You're still stuck. And what's required to get unstuck really isn't a logical move. To change the paradigm, it requires repetition. Not just repeating a bunch of YouTube videos or different books or different readings. You have to target and upgrade the paradigm that is causing the problem and the limitations that's producing the current results. I had a client, James, he came to a seminar with me last year, got into one of my programs, and he said, I spent 5 minutes with you, Karen, and you picked my paradigm shift within seconds. And when you told me exactly what to do, I opened myself up to another $1 million in that business that year. In 5 minutes. I mean, what would that be worth to you? A 5-minute conversation with me, and all of a sudden you're putting more money in your bank account, more time in your diary, and be able to enjoy more of life. That's really what's at stake here. You just have no idea. You could say, well, it's a 6-month program and there's lots of resources and lots of tools you're going to get, but it may actually be one sentence that changes your life, that you open yourself up to by being in the program with me. I'm here to help you compress time and get you working on the right thing, not bouncing around the internet. And I've been mentored by the best of the best. I mean, Bob Proctor, he was in the hit movie The Secret. He was mentored by Earl Nightingale, the founding father of the personal development industry. He studied Think and Grow Rich for his entire life. People that were integral in creating the personal development industry, professional development industry as we know it today. And Bob Proctor was my mentor, and you'll be working with him, with his wisdom and guidance through me. And together we will compress time. You know, I invested probably the best part of $60,000 to $80,000 a year to travel backwards and forwards to Toronto. 3 or 4 times a year, I would go and spend a week working alongside Bob Proctor. You don't have to do that. In fact, you can't do that. Bob's gone now, but I'm here for you. And I've made that investment to gather that information consciously and subconsciously so you can benefit from it now too. We've got to get you working on the right thing, not just going from one thing to another. Get it all lined up in the right order for you. And that's really what this system is about. 12 lessons over 24 weeks that collapses time and closes the gap for you. So are you ready to learn to close the gap? Write me a yes in the chat between where you are now and where you really want to be. Are you ready for a recipe, a repeatable formula to creating the success results that you really want? Right? Write me a I'm in the chat. Like, lock in on this, commit to yourself, declare it to the universe symbolically now in the chat, and go ahead and give yourself this gift. Let me guide you. Let me show you exactly what to do. The solution is a roadmap out of the woods. If you're struggling with your weight, you wouldn't go and watch a video on how to sell. But people are bouncing all around the place looking for the answer to make themselves feel good, looking for the answer to their problems. And here I'm going to collapse time for you. I'm going to take the guesswork out of success. You don't get this time back. Once today is done, today is done. We can't change the past, but we can use today to create the future that you really want, that you can begin to start to live and enjoy your life the way you really want it to be. I'm going to say to you, look, Rebecca, look, Daniel, look, James, You're working on the wrong thing. I love you, but you're working on the wrong thing. You're reading the wrong book. You're watching the wrong videos. You're talking to the wrong people. A good mentor has the ability to spot your blind spots and see your paradigm so you can see it too. It's not my job to change you. I can't do this for you, but my goodness, if I could get a syringe and shoot you up with it, I would. But the reality is you have to do it for you, but I'm going to guide you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. Because the truth is most people don't even know what a paradigm is or how to change it or why it's controlling them. And if we couldn't swap spots and you do a 1-hour seminar just on a paradigm, then really, and I love you when I say this, that you have absolutely no idea how the paradigm is controlling your life right now. But let's change that story together. Let me show you, let me help you understand this, that you can get it. And you know what? When you get it for you, you can get it for your kids, for your family, for your community, for everybody that you come in contact with. It'll make you a more effective parent, auntie, grandparent. It'll make you a more effective leader, community leader, because you'll understand it and you'll see it in other people too. The paradigm is so dominant that when you try to do it by yourself, most people don't succeed. And that's why programs don't work, because they don't change the mental programming. They don't go deep enough and they don't have a spiritual element to it. Now, I'm not prepared to sit here and speak down to any other programs or coaching that you've done. It's amazing and it's wonderful, and I'm so happy that you have done it, right? It has been a stepping stone that has attracted you here. Now let's get you into this, and all of that knowledge and information that you've gathered from all of these other programs that you've done in the past, or maybe you're still presently doing, we can draw that awareness. We can change the paradigm with it. We can move it from knowledge that you've gained to a paradigm shift so that it now begins to translate into new results. And that's why I say to people, it doesn't matter what you're already doing. You integrate this into it. It's not a program that you're going to need to find time to do. It is something that you're going to use every day to improve the quality of your life. It's something that you're going to use. You will learn to love it, to wake up and study every day in an orderly way. It's like getting up and using your car to get you from A to B. We don't think twice about using our car to get us from A to B. When it comes to our life though, what system, what process, what blueprint? And this isn't just some idea that someone's put together. It's based on the laws of your mind and the laws of your universe, organized in a way that you can use it as a roadmap, as a recipe, as a blueprint to really get you starting to work on the right thing at the right time. And I've been helping clients through this for the best part of the last decade, 2 decades coaching clients, and an entire decade on this system alone, and I know exactly what to do. I can just about quote the page number in the participant's guide. When you ask me a question, I know exactly where that answer is for you. And that collapses time. It gets you creating the results that you want without effort, without looking for the answer in the wrong place. The solution is to get you working in an organized step-by-step way, from the highest to the lowest, from the spiritual side of who you are to the physical side of who you are, working on the mind side of your goals to the outside, bringing all elements into their right order and their right place. What I teach you is like a recipe. It's a formula and it's a process. And there isn't another person alive today besides Sandy Gallagher, who created the original program, that has studied this, that has used it like a scientist, that has coached it for as long and in as much detail as I have to bring you the very best of it, the very best of it. We've created our own video content to go with each lesson of it. You have the essential components that Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher created, and my wisdom and knowledge from the last decade of coaching hundreds upon hundreds of clients, not to mention thousands of consultants, original PGI consultants around the world, as to how to use this system to really create the results that you want in your life. I love it, and I can't wait for you to get into it too. It is your roadmap and I'm your guide. I'm going to lead you down that pathway to the great success that you desire and deserve. We're going to achieve higher levels of results, a higher level of success. And I'm going to show you step by step what you have to do in the right order so that you can start to get the results that you really want. If you want to go up Mount Everest, there's a certain way to get up the mountain. You don't just bounce all over the place. So let's have a look now and celebrate your clarity. What feels different today about your goals and what you want compared to when you started this masterclass on day one? I'm going to put some background music on for you now to journal your answers to this question. What feels different today within you? Go within, look in your heart for these answers compared to when you started on day one. All right, I also want you to journal on acknowledging yourself. What does your inner being desire for you? Why do you believe you and I attracted each other? Why do you believe you attracted this masterclass to yourself? How does it feel to hear this information and to begin to really understand your true potential? You may have heard this before. You may have been here before when we did this class in March. You may have read the books, but yet here you are learning from me on this call. I've been mentored to succeed and I'm ready to help you too if you'll let me help you. How does that feel? How would it feel to know you have me in your corner and not just me, Bob Proctor, Simone Bertram, Elizabeth Wood, every single member of our community rallying around you, supporting you, celebrating you? How does that make you feel? And consider this, that nothing is a coincidence. I want you to journal your thoughts on this. All right, I want you to turn over 2 pages and go to the page where it says there is a single mental move you can make. which in a millisecond will solve enormous problems for you. It has the potential to improve almost any personal or business situation you will ever encounter. It will literally propel you down the path to incredible success. We have a name for this magic mental activity, and it is called decision. See, decisions are a vibration, decisions are a frequency. If we keep making decisions that are in harmony with our current results, looking at our diary, looking at our bank account, looking at other people's opinions and making decisions from that place, then our decisions are keeping us in the current reality of where we are, the current vibration. When you make a decision on a higher frequency, on a higher level, you say, I'm going there, I'm doing this, I'm in. You virtually eliminate all conflict and confusion in your life because you're now proficient at making decisions for where you want to go, for the results that you want to create. Decision making brings order to your mind, and of course, this order is reflected in the objective world, your results. If you want things to start lining up for you, start making decisions quickly. Make a decision today. Go and click that link and enroll yourself. Jackie Verrill says that Karen Brook brings your ideas to life. Do you know that the tagline that we have on our logo, bringing ideas to life, has been the same tagline I have had for 20 years, 2 decades. Originally, it was to do with branding and marketing and design, bringing your ideas to life, bringing it in the physical. Now we bring it alive in your imagination. We go into the future and we build it, and then I show you how to bring it back into reality and create it on the physical side of your life. Jackie says that I'm the best coach you're ever going to come across, right? She's the best coach you're ever going to come across because I make it real, I keep it simple, and I have the tools that can change your life. When I got into this, I'm a country girl. I grew up in Birdsville in Western Queensland, went to boarding school in Adelaide. I knew that a lot of my clients were going to be people on the land, particularly in the beginning. And if I couldn't give them a tool or a system or a resource that made sense to them, then what was the point, right? So I have coached people from truck drivers to graziers to teachers to hairdressers to CEOs to lawyers to accountants. I'm going through it in my head right now, real estate agents. And I can teach it in a way that it is real for you. And just sign up and start today. It's really that simple. The truth is the only competition you'll ever face is with your own procrastination. And I just don't want that for you. I want you to get this now, and I want you to experience the benefit of it. And don't lose the momentum of these last 3 days. So here's 3 steps to break out and make quantum leaps. Most business owners, CEOs, and entrepreneurs have very little time. They struggle to figure out how to earn more money while working less and enjoy the freedom to do all the things they want to do. I take the guesswork out of success for you and bring a plan, a formula, and support to achieve everything you've ever wanted. I'm here to help you build work and life on your rules, achieving whatever you want without the daily grind, the effortless way. Not the effort way, the effortless way. So do you want this too? Say yes to your yes, and here's how we're going to do it together. Number 1, make a decision that your dreams are worth it and that you're worth it. Have a look at you. I mean, have you seen you lately? How incredible you are? Go and have a look in the mirror. There is this spiritual essence of you that is screaming to be expressed. And you have the pathway and the plan right here in front of you that's going to show you how to do it. And I'm going to guide you through it day by day, week by week. Step number 2, go to my website and enroll now. Today. Give it everything that you've got. I don't care how you do it, where you do it. If you've got to borrow the money from your grandmother, get in it and get in it today. And step 3, let's keep working together to keep making the paradigm shifts that you really want. Let's really dig in and make a quantum leap with your life. Fear is temporary, but regret is forever. Don't let this just slip away, this opportunity, this day blend into tomorrow. Draw a line in the sand that on this very day you drew a line in the sand and you made a decision. I want to acknowledge Caroline Walsh, who has already enrolled herself 2 days ago. I think it was on the first day. She was like, I'm in, and she has enrolled herself in Thinking into Results. So we want to celebrate you right now on the call, Caroline. Well done to you. I can also see that James Griffin has said, I am in. So we celebrate you as well, James. Can't wait to work with you over the next 6 months. And I'm just checking the chat here. So we're going to celebrate you. Keep it coming in. We've shared the link in the chat there for Thinking into Results. please go and enroll yourself today. Simone Bertram is also available if you need to hop on a quick call or you've got a couple of questions. Please reach out to concierge@karenbrook.com.au and Simone can give you a quick call. But otherwise, trust yourself and follow your intuition. Let me help you and let me guide you. This has been the most incredible 3 days together, looking at the mind and the money and that time and money paradigm shift. So go confidently forward now in your decisions. Go confidently forward and let us help you really get this and create the life and live the life that you've always imagined, because it is absolutely possible for you. You deserve it. You deserve to have what you desire, and we're going to help you and show you the exact steps to make that a reality. I want to thank you so much for joining us over the last 3 days. It has been a pleasure and a privilege to be here with you, to have you in my energy and me in your energy. I want to thank my team, Simone Bertram and Elizabeth Wood, who are behind the scenes supporting not only this masterclass, but you every day. We really do have a great accountability and support system for you behind the scenes. So we can't wait to spend the next 6 months with you and to finish this year strong and stride out into the new year 2025. So we really look forward to seeing you very, very, very soon. Once again, thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon. Please stay and enjoy a couple of songs. Stay in the energy while you click that link, go across to the website, follow your intuition, and get yourself locked in and ready for the next chapter together. So thank you, everybody. Please enjoy this music, and we'll see you soon.